culturally responsive and sustaining family engagement, explained in 5 minutes.
I'm Danielle Perry.
I'm Joanna Geller.
I'm Leah Peoples.
In order to best serve all students, especially students of color, emerging bilingual students, students with disabilities, and economically disadvantaged students, school districts should focus on implementing practices that are culturally responsive and sustaining. Culturally responsive and sustaining education explicitly calls for schooling to be a site for sustaining rather than eradicating the cultural ways of being of communities of color by perpetuating and fostering linguistic, literate, and cultural diversity as part of schooling for positive social transformation and revitalization. Students' cultures can be eradicated when long-standing negative perceptions have framed these populations through a deficit framework. Unlike classrooms characterized by deficit or color-evasive thinking, culturally responsive and sustaining education affirms students' cultural assets and builds equity in schools by 1. Empowering students to share their unique perspectives. 2. Incorporating varying learning styles, such as oral stories, to emulate culturally significant practices. 3. Being inclusive in classroom materials so students are able to see themselves in the work. And 4. Enhancing students' learning by connecting material realities and access to institutional power to their lived experiences. Culturally responsive and sustaining practices such as these support historically marginalized students by linking school and culture to ensure that all students are supported in being academically, socially, and emotionally successful in their schooling.
Culturally responsive sustaining practices can be implemented in all areas of schooling, from leadership to teaching to counseling. Perhaps the most important factor in successfully implementing CRSC school-wide is excellent family engagement, aka culturally responsive and sustaining family engagement. Ultimately, that means being responsive and sustaining students and families' ways of being, doing, and thinking. Rooted in disrupting inequities, culturally responsive and sustaining family engagement focuses on families and schools working in partnership to develop programs, policies, and practices that empower students' learning.
When practicing culturally responsive and sustaining engagement, families and schools are equal partners in decision-making, curriculum planning, and policy and resource development. The goal is to establish a trusting, authentic relationship where families are viewed as the experts on their family's lived experiences. So let's use this visual to look a little deeper. This image of a fortress school was influenced by the work of Henderson, Mapp, Johnson, and Davies. It shows a school that models what we typically see in traditional family engagement.
Traditional family engagement is school-based. This form of engagement is often top-down, where parents are expected to follow the school's agenda for supporting student learning. According to the New York City Coalition for Educational Justice, some examples of the ways we see traditional parent engagement playing out in schools are: parents are helpers with the plans that the principal and school staff develop. Communication with parents is passive and impersonal, mainly through flyers, emails, and robocalls. Parents are seen as problems to be solved and addressed, and there's a focus on families' deficits, what they aren't doing, what they don't have, and what are their gaps and challenges.
This type of engagement with families is detrimental for many reasons. It does not view families as equal partners, rather as someone who needs to be managed. Traditional family engagement comes with assumptions, usually negative ones, about who families of color are and what they need. Within this model, schools are not working in solidarity with families. Thus, any action the family makes that is not in alignment with the school's model is seen as resistant and unresponsive. However, the school on the right looks very different. It is more welcoming and affirming for both students and families, and is a better example of what culturally responsive and sustaining schooling should look like.
Here are some examples of when schools practice CRSC family engagement. 1. when parents are equal partners in developing a vision and plans for the school. 2, when communication with parents is active and personal. That means face-to-face outreach, home visits, personal phone calls. 3, when parents are seen as problem solvers who can help address challenges. And 4, when there's a focus on families' assets, also known as their strengths, skills, and resilience, the progress that can be made and the possibilities ahead.
When families and schools partner, this is an opportunity for schools to learn and parents to lead. After all, they are the experts on their lives, their children's lives, and know what their needs are. And that's culturally responsive and sustaining family engagement explained in 5 minutes.
For more information on culturally responsive and sustaining family engagement, please visit our website at bit.ly/CRSFE 2020. For more videos on bringing research to practice, follow us on Twitter at @metro_research. Credits. This presentation included a template created by SlidesGo, including icons by Flaticon and infographics and images by FreePic. Music produced by Lucrembo.